Flip My Florida Yard is brought to you by the Florida Department of Environmental Protection. Protecting Florida's environment starts with you. What you do in your yard can have an impact on the health of our environment and water resources.
Welcome to Flip My Florida Yard. On today's episode, we're in the central Florida town of Oviedo, where the Valdez family's dream of a backyard oasis is about to come true.
We are
the Valdez family.
Woo!
It was completely a mess when we moved in.
The Valdez family made the backyard 911 call.
We can't even go outside and do anything. We just stay inside.
And today, the Flip My Florida Yard crew is coming to the rescue.
I drill them, he plants them.
With a complete backyard flip. We've had 40 plus people in your backyard working all day. And of course, all in 8 hours.
It is chaotic.
Along the way, we unpack Florida-friendly landscaping principles that can help make your yard beautiful and better for Florida's environment. Okay, everybody, the family's gonna be here in about 30 minutes.
See Florida-friendly landscaping come alive for this family is just so exciting.
All this and more.
1, 2, 3.
On Flip My Florida Yard. We're knocking on doors.
So excited.
And flipping yards into beautiful Florida-friendly landscapes, and all in 8 hours.
Is this really happening? Who's ready? Organized chaos.
Experts show us how to use Florida-friendly landscaping principles.
Putting the right plant in the right place.
Water efficiently.
Very low maintenance.
Fertilize appropriately.
All leading up to a dramatic reveal.
The best surprise of our whole life.
This is my favorite part. Hey guys!
Hey, good morning.
Come on out here.
Good morning.
Well, today is the day.
We looked out the window, we have all this beautiful space outside. We have no way to enjoy it. The kids can't enjoy it.
Our backyard is very dry, and we don't have much fun to do outside.
All I do is just stay inside and play video games.
When my wife told me about it, I was like, oh my God, this is insane. I was speechless.
Valdez family, this is your flip crew. Tell you what, they are going to absolutely transform your backyard. When we're done, you're gonna have a beautiful Florida-friendly landscape.
Yes.
What do you think, Mom?
Oh, I'm excited. I can't wait. Let's go.
We gotta get you out of here. You guys ready?
Yes. Let's
All right,
go.
follow me, let's go. Buckle everybody in. You're going on a little road trip to Hontoon Island. Okay, Nelson, no peeking, no talking with neighbors. I'll see you in 8 hours.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right, get out of here. All right.
Today is the day we're getting our yard lit.
Okay, guys, gather around. The Valdez family just left. You know what that means? We have 8 hours to flip this Florida yard. Who's ready? Yeah! All right, here we go, and go, 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 go. Okay, let's check out the Valdez's backyard here. As you can see, we're dealing with a little bit of a blank slate. Not a lot going on back here. That's why we're here. So they're completely taking out a lot of the grass. We're gonna redo all of their irrigation here. Here was the major demo, is right here. There was a concrete pad that came out here, and there was a wooden deck. All were in really bad condition, so they had to be removed. We did this a couple days before. Our paver crew has an incredible design that's gonna really give the Valdez family a beautiful place to hang out as a family, but a lot to do in a very short period of time. With the work underway, let's check in with landscape designer John Madison.
So when I met with the family, they want an outdoor living area that they can entertain not only family and friends, but really enjoy the outdoors with their 3 children that they have.
John, I know you met with the Valdez family. What kind of family are they?
Oh, they're incredible. Sweet young couple, 3 kids. I mean, this is gonna change their life.
Kind of walk me through some of the major features of your design here.
The idea is to have this outdoor, indoors feeling so they can leave their doors open when it's beautiful outside like it is today. And then we have a nice paper walkway that kind of cuts through the gravel spaces that's gonna come to a fire pit area. So it just made perfect sense to kind of incorporate that into this outdoor living area.
So this is a landing pad here you have. This looks like just a beautiful Florida-friendly forest that's going to be in front of him here.
Everything here is completely Florida-friendly, drought-tolerant, butterfly and bird attracting.
Yeah.
So that was the idea. The mother loves to garden. The kids love butterflies and birds. So they wanted to bring that natural element into the space, but also creating some screening so that when they're out here and these trees are mature and established, they don't see a house behind them.
Yeah.
They literally have their own space back here.
Yeah. Okay, everything is crazy. Machines are going. Stuff's getting ripped up. Let's go find the man who's in charge of this chaos. How you doing, sir?
Good morning.
This feels a little deja vu.
I love this. We've got about 40 people here today, all total, doing different aspects of the landscape. So we're doing a little bit of everything. We're just doing it all at the same time.
Give me your thoughts on the day. A lot going on here. Where are you at?
It's an easy job.
It's an easy job.
Should be done by lunch.
I love this man. The optimism coming off of him, it's infectious. I hope I get there. Right now, this looks like a war zone.
One thing I learned with Billy was this man cannot be rattled.
He's the one tasked with bringing all this together today. Can he do it? We're going to find out.
While their own backyard park is being created, the Valdez family is visiting a state park on beautiful Hontoon Island. This unique park on the St. Johns River in Volusia County is accessible only by a free public ferry or private boat.
Today we're going to take the family on a little adventure.
Today we went hiking. The kids loved it. It was an experience that we've never experienced before. So yeah, it was fun.
This park is best known for its natural beauty. It's a gem nestled right in the middle of DeLand, Florida. So most people who come out here come out just to enjoy nature.
We find it beautiful, family-friendly park. We would love to come back and experience more about it. What's happening in our yard? We're like biting our nails. We can't wait for us to just get there and see what's happening over there.
While the Valdez family tries to relax, we're in full flip mode on their backyard. Our goal, turning their yard into a Florida-friendly landscape in 8 hours.
The Florida-friendly landscaping program is really for everyone. It's for homeowners, landscape professionals, even renters can think about ways to enhance their landscape with Florida-friendly principles. Watering efficiently is Florida-friendly landscaping principle number 2. And it's easy by starting with the in-ground irrigation system. We want to be checking it for clogs in the spray heads, for breaks in those PVC areas, and to make sure that those rotors and pop-up sprayers are not buried and covered with dirt or irrigating the pavement. We want to be making sure that that water successfully lands on the area where the root zone is going to be absorbing it.
Fertilizing appropriately is one of the 9 principles of a Florida-friendly landscape.
Proper plant nutrition leads to those beautiful, healthy landscape plants that we desire.
Dr. Brian Unruh from the University of Florida shares the importance nutrients plays in our landscape.
Just like we need proper nutrition to be healthy and live a vibrant life, plants also need proper nutrition. And that nutrition for plants comes from a lot of different sources, fertilizing being one of them. So we think about if there's organic matter in the soil, many nutrients can come from that organic matter. When it rains, rain oftentimes brings nutrients with it as well. When we apply fertilizer to the landscape, very quickly that fertilizer will start to dissolve within the water that's in the soil, and then the nutrients are taken up through the root system up into the plant to then meet the needs of the growing plant. In the urban landscape, I think one of the biggest misconceptions about fertilization is that it has to be fertilized. In many of our landscapes, especially as they age, the soils may provide adequate nutrition for the plant that is growing, in which case fertilizer would not be needed. So one of the things we do at the University of Florida is test the performance of various fertilizers, how well they do for growing the plant, but then also looking at environmental impact. And so do those nutrients, nitrogen and phosphorus in particular, do they leach through the soil and end up in our groundwater? It's very important that we put the right amount of fertilizer at the right time so that the plant uses it efficiently and we minimize environmental impact. Proper plant nutrition leads to healthy plants, healthy environment. Improper plant nutrition can lead to unhealthy plants and negative environmental impacts. The best thing a homeowner can do is to get educated. The University of Florida IFAS Extension has tremendous resources available through the Florida Friendly Landscaping Program that will train you or educate you as to what is needed.
Back to the flip. Now, for most, the journey to a Florida-friendly yard takes a bit longer, but the time and effort has many benefits for both Floridians and Florida. To ensure this yard is using water efficiently, we knew the Valdez backyard was going to need some irrigation work, but it's turning out to be a much bigger job than we planned for.
I see a lot of trenching going on in this yard, Billy. We thought we were going to retrofit it, but what did we end up doing?
We pretty much redid the whole irrigation system in the backyard. We're starting at the main line, running new pipes into the backyard, dividing the zones up into a bubbler zone for the trees, an emitter zone for the pots, and a shrub zone for the shrub areas. What we found was an old rotor system that pretty much watered everything by just squirting water in the air. So we're taking out the old rotor system and installing 12-inch pop-ups with MP rotators on them.
This is the old
rotor system
here. This is all coming out.
This is all coming out.
You know, one of the features that we're featuring in this episode is the Florida-friendly principle, water efficiently. Talk about watering efficiently. How does irrigation play into that?
Plants have their special needs. So when you have what they had to begin with just water squirting, it waters everything. And the same amount of water is getting on the turf or the shrubs or the trees, and that's not very efficient. You need more water on things when they're first installed.
Yeah.
Some things you need less water after they're established. Some things maybe none. The turf, every now and then. The pots, regularly. So that's very important in being water efficient.
What, it's 10 o'clock, 2 hours in. Actually, we have trees going in. That's always a great sign. Look at that big old magnolia tree that went in. Just that one tree in this yard alone is already making this backyard better.
There's something special about seeing a tree being planted in a yard, knowing that tree has spent its entire life in a pot, and today it's found its forever home.
Billy, this is a big tree.
This is a nice tree. This is an average tree for what we put in on a landscape job.
You're not going to the box store and throwing this in the back of the minivan.
No, I wouldn't think you could do that. You couldn't pick this up without a machine like that.
So what do we need to do here? Walk us through this.
Well, we're gonna remove the cloth on the bottom, cut those roots if they need to be cut. We're gonna set it in the hole, make sure it's at the right height and depth. Put water around it so we remove all the air pockets.
Yep. All right, looking good, guys.
And then start backfilling it.
A big part of John's design is the large paver area right off the family's French doors. I talked to our paver supplier, Chris Bettinger, about our Flips hardscape plan.
We're looking at a really nice living space here.
Exactly.
What kind of product are we using today?
The product is one of our concrete products, 2 3/8 inches thick, very durable, very resilient.
Yeah.
It has a permeable nature to it where the water's going to go through, so it'll be very easy to manage.
Wow.
And it'll really make that living space long-term for them. Looks fantastic. We're thrilled to death with John's choices, the colors, everything's going to really pop when it's done.
I mean, they're going to come out of here, look, step down, and they'll step down again. That's a pretty cool feature, right? This tiered approach.
Again, it's all about the scale, how you look at it, and just the flow. It'll run into the backyard with all the landscaping they're doing. It's going to look fantastic.
We're a few hours in, and things are really taking shape. We're ready to plant plants. And to help us learn about some of the plants that we're using today is University of Florida Extension Agent Tina McIntyre.
This design really focuses on putting the right plant in the right place. And so we want to select Florida-friendly plants that are going to thrive in that area.
What plants are you excited about here in this landscape?
This is Muhly grass.
Okay.
It's a Florida-friendly native plant. In the fall, it has beautiful purple flowers coming out here. And so once it gets dense and established, it's gonna really have a nice bunching grass to it, you know, really full base, and then it's gonna have these beautiful purple blooms coming out. What I like about it is that it's super drought tolerant, and we don't recommend that you come in and hack it back. So, you know, you can do once a year after it blooms, you can prune it a little bit, but really this is super low maintenance and you don't really need to do anything to it.
Awesome. And I am familiar with this next one of my personal favorites.
This is the Penta. So pentas come in a lot of different varieties and colors. This is the pink, obviously. It also comes in white and red.
Yeah.
And this is really great for our pollinators. So this is gonna be something that a hummingbird or a butterfly can actually come and nectar from. So they put their little proboscis down into the flower and suck out that nectar. And this is a food source and a reward for those animals to come into your landscape.
I planted these in my yard a year ago. I walked out there yesterday. These have gotten so big, I could not believe it. I mean, this is an amazing plant. It attracts all kinds of pollinators, colorful, fairly easy to take care of, right?
Absolutely. Very water-wise, doesn't take a lot of resources. They do get up to about 3 feet tall, so they're gonna be established. You can also come in and prune them a little bit, you know, to give them a seasonal kind of freshness, but extremely low maintenance, great, and also readily available at a lot of our box stores and nurseries.
Tina, what do we have next here?
This is our Florida coontie, and it is really a Florida-friendly staple. It's a native Florida plant. If you can believe it was alive during the dinosaurs.
Wow.
So we actually call it kind of like a living fossil. Very drought tolerant. And what I really like about the coontie is that you can plant it in both sun or shade, and it thrives. And so you can't beat it for Florida friendly.
Tina, thank you so much. You know, for folks who wanted to know more about plants, what do you suggest?
Florida friendly landscaping has tons of resources. If you just go to your search engine and put in Florida friendly landscaping, you're gonna find EDIS publications and websites, even apps for your phone to help you search for the right plant for your zip code. You know, that's a great place to start is online.
Okay.
But even talking to your neighbors or your local nursery about what they have that's Florida friendly.
Our flip crew is working hard, but we're running out of time, and it looks like we're only about halfway there.
It's 2:30. How are you feeling? What do you think here?
I'm great.
You're great?
Yeah.
You feel good?
I'm gonna pull my lawn chair out in a minute.
Oh!
We've got all the crews working over each other and sometimes on top of each other. So it is chaotic, but it's organized, and we'll still get it done on time.
This man is an incredible optimist.
Organized chaos comes together to a finished job.
The backyard we're creating for the Valdez family means they'll be eating outside more. So we bought a pre-assembled picnic table from a local box store, and we're applying some semi-transparent blue vintage stain. This is an easy and cost-effective way to give a simple wood picnic table a fresh, colorful look.
It's very apparent here you need some help.
We do.
So I feel like you're not utilizing my skills. How can I help?
Well, come on down and help plant plants.
Let's plant plants.
Think you can run an auger?
We're gonna find out.
This is the one that the men use to put the plants in the ground. Let you use that one.
Yeah, what is this one, man?
The little toy
that's a little one.
Come over here.
I want to use the big one.
All right. Whoa, give him the big one.
Now we're talking.
Now be careful, it's a little more torque than that.
A little more torque.
Oh yeah, a lot more torque.
Should I be strapped in? That good? Before we jump back into our flip, Tom Wickman from Florida Friendly Landscaping Program shares with us some yard maintenance tips on integrated pest management.
Realize that most insects are not doing damage to your plants. Only about 1% of the insects that you find are pests in the landscape. Integrated Pest Management, or IPM, is a holistic way of how to manage pests in the landscape. You start first with the right plant for the right place, and make sure that you get plants that are resistant to pests. Try and keep plants as healthy as possible, and don't bring problems home from the garden center. If it's got yellow leaves or pests on it, leave it there and buy a better plant. And then go out into the landscape and scout it. So walk around those plants, turn leaves over, see if you can figure out what made that hole in that leaf. Once you have them positively identified and you know that they're doing damage to your plants, it could be that I can just cut off a branch. That's one particular branch that has all the insects clustered. That's an easy way to get rid of them and dispose of that. Or perhaps it's one large insect that's doing damage, then you can just pluck it and dispose of it. If you do have to manage some pests in the landscape, make sure that you start with the lowest toxicity products first. Try soaps or oils. These low toxicity products are a little safer on the environment and a little less damaging. And we're only gonna spot treat because we just wanna treat individual areas and make sure that you're following the label. The label is the law on a pesticide product. University of Florida has a wonderful pest ID app that can help us identify insect pests. And remember, managing pests in the landscape doesn't have to be difficult. We just need to think about the environment before we take action.
Back to the flip. Plants and trees are in the ground. One of the last but most important items to go down is the mulch. And it's also one of the Florida-friendly landscaping principles. Lauren Scarborough from Mulch for You gives us some mulching 101.
You want to go at least 2 inches thick. That's going to help you keep that moisture and also keep the weeds at bay.
So 2 inches thick. So this has been mulched here. So yeah, it's right about 2 inches.
Also, it's good to make sure you leave your roots uncovered.
Okay.
If you put the mulch over your roots, it can suffocate them and it can shock your plant and it'll die.
So we were talking about this is a newly planted plant here. So we've got the mulch backed away here just a couple inches, just away from the plant stem there.
Right.
And what does that do? Why is that important?
That allows the water to get directly to the roots.
John's design called for 3 privacy trellises, so I came up with a simple design consisting of pressure-treated 4x4 posts, some gray plastic lattice, and I trimmed it out with some pressure-treated 1x4s.
What's going to be cool is we're going to plant a climbing plant down here. Billy has run irrigation to it. So this is going to climb all up here. It's going to look really, really nice. And it's going to serve 2 purposes. This is going to be a little bit of an audible break. There's a really busy road on the other side of this brick wall. Plus, this is going to give the Valdez family a little sense of privacy as they hang out in their new Florida-friendly oasis. So, back to it.
One of the many benefits of a Florida-friendly landscape is the wildlife it will attract.
This is a big part of what the Valdezes wanted, was a yard that attracted wildlife. It's one of the 9 principles. I think it's number 5. I mean, why is it important to attract wildlife into your backyard?
Well, you're planting for it already, so why not fully engage with them, but with the food and the seed, and having, you know, just that more discovery of nature and bringing them in with the food and good quality seed.
So the kids, you know, talked about looking outside from the window, not really having a reason to come outside. Is this a good reason?
This is a great reason to just look outside and then just be invited outside to participate. Once the birds are comfortable in your yard, they're going to be right there with you while you're having dinner and hanging out on the patio.
Additional features on the paver patio include rock beds throughout, adding texture and permeable surface, and large whiskey barrels as a raised planter for vegetables, as well as some hanging plants. We're also putting down bahia grass, which is drought tolerant. It will also provide a functional turf area for the kids to play on.
We got home stretch here, guys. You guys ready? Everybody ready? Yeah. Oh, we're almost there. Oh, we're almost there. We got to go, go, go. What are some things that need to come together here to make this complete here?
Biggest thing is the rock right now. We've got a few veggies to plant. Turn the sprinklers on.
Okay, I'm going to go get the family set, and when you give me the go-ahead, I'm going to bring them back.
We'll give you a thumbs up out there.
All right, guys, let's do it. This yard officially flipped. The family's here. How you guys doing?
Good.
You ready?
We're ready.
I tell you what, we've had 40+ people in your backyard working all day, and I'm so excited for you to see it. I think you're gonna like it.
We're excited too.
Before we do that, we have to get these ridiculous glasses on. There you go, Mom. There you go, sweetie. And these are special for you. Those match your shirt. Look at that. Oh my goodness. You can't see, right?
No.
Okay, they're working. Okay, so you're gonna take small, slow steps towards me, kind of follow my voice. Just follow the sidewalk here, right? Keep coming, keep coming. You guys are doing good. Oh gosh, you guys even look good in this backyard already. Are we ready to do this? Yeah. Are you guys ready to see it?
We're ready.
When I count to 3, I want you to remove your glasses, okay? 1, 2, 3. Remove your glasses.
Easy.
Oh my gosh. Woo.
Before, the Valdez backyard wasn't really much at all. And 8 hours later, it's a beautiful, Florida-friendly landscape with a multi-tiered paver patio, complete with oak barrel planters and hanging pots for herbs and edibles. Rocks throughout, adding a design element and added permeability to the patio. All this flowing into a new yard filled with drought-tolerant, Florida-friendly plants and trees. A fire pit for cool nights, an old inefficient irrigation system was completely replaced with separate watering zones to maximize water efficiency, and a new rain sensor was installed. And for attracting birds to the yard, a water and food source. All this in about 8 hours.
I can't believe this is our yard. We have a yard.
Congratulations.
I don't care about anything. Just give me a hug. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
It was an honor.
From the start that I
Oh, no.
Thank you so
Great.
much. I will always remember you. You will always be part of our family now. And we're going to enjoy it a lot with our children and our family. And it's emotional.
We give this yard over to you. You'll be working with your local extension agent, Tina, who is going to help you take care of this yard. We want to thank you guys for being such a good steward of the Florida-friendly landscape. We have a little gift for you here. Tina, would like to present something to you.
It's officially recognized as a Florida-friendly landscape.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Thank you for flipping our Florida yard.
The Valdez's new backyard will not only have a lasting impact on our environment, it will serve as a sanctuary for them to connect as a family and to Florida. Well, that's our show. We hope you're inspired to help Florida's environment by starting in your own yard. And remember, everyone doing a little, well, that's a whole lot.
We are extremely happy with our yard. We enjoy it. We love it. We enjoy the wildlife here. Our birdhouse is amazing. For the chilly night, we did enjoy our fire pit. Thank you so much for flipping our Florida yard.
Flip My Florida Yard is brought to you by the Florida Department of Environmental Protection. Protecting Florida's environment starts with you. What you do in your yard can have an impact on the health of our environment and water resources.